Sports for Real with Coach Hall. I want to go over two incidents that occurred on Saturday that's worth noting. The first incident, E-40, the well-known rapper, who is a staunch supporter of the Golden State Warriors, was in Sacramento for Game 1 on Saturday when he got pretty much thrown out. Why was he thrown out? Well, he'd been sitting courtside seat, and behind him, a lady had been heckling and heckling and heckling all night long. So finally he got tired of it, turned around and said something to the lady, which we probably should have done a long time ago. However, the security guard saw him talking to the heckler, and first thing they did, they ran over and took him out. They automatically assumed that he was the guilty party. Oftentimes, that's generally what happens. If you got a white person in a dispute with a black person, society automatically names the black person as the guilty one. So this lady here was clearly in the wrong, in his opinion, and he felt like he should check it. Now me, of course, I can't say what was said and what was not, but I have seen lots of instances where what he was saying has some truth to it. For instance, and nobody was taken into custody over this, and the person I'm about to mention may not even remember this, but it's been about 15, 20 years ago. I was watching a playoff game when the Rockets were playing against some other team. I can't remember exactly what it was. And toward the end of the game, it got real exciting, and the home team Rockets made some key plays that were very exciting. They allowed them to win that game, seize control of that game, and they eventually won it. But one thing that happened that I never will forget, if you know the rapper Scarface liked to wear all this all black stuff at the time, and it looks very gangsterous with his cowboy hat on and all that kind of stuff. I can't remember if he had the hat on, but he was sitting courtside in this particular game. And the action got so good to him that he stood up. And when he stood up with his all black on, all the cameras cut to him. So I don't know what they thought he was going to do, but they cut the cameras to him just in case they make sure they caught whatever he was going to do. I'm not sure if Scarface ever realized this happened. Somebody might have told him about it, but yes, I was watching the game and he stood up, and all of a sudden they turned the cameras on him. He was standing courtside. I guess he looked out of place. I don't know, but it was kind of strange. And when E-40 situation came up, I immediately thought of that situation with Scarface, and luckily, gladly, nothing took place that particular time. But E-40, he was thrown out for confronting a heckler. The second thing I wanted to mention was that shooting in Dadeville, Alabama, at a teen party. 4 people were killed, a lot of other people seriously injured. One of the 4 is reportedly a Jacksonville State signee, football player, is a star. I've seen this a lot of times. Stars go to a game and end up dead. But my question is, why do we feel the need that we have to shoot up a teen party? Not only did the teen get killed, who happened to be the brother of the girl celebrating the birthday, but their mother was also shot twice. Fortunately, she survived. But what kind of society are we building or living in that you can't even go to a kiddie party and somebody not get shot up? Very, very unfortunate situation. But that's the way society is going. But it's also one of the reasons why we have sports, to take our mind off the realities of what's going on in the world. Yes, it's only temporary relief, but some relief, I suppose, is better than none. But let's just hope that nobody else adds to that number of deaths that took place in Alabama. Sick tragedy, and we keep seeing these things happen over and over again, and law enforcement, they just sit by and watch, because this was in a small town. You know, the police station was not very far away. Nobody was monitoring the situation closely enough, and voila, look what happens. So what are we going to do as an American society? Sports for real.